All right, let's start, babies. All right, at one point during the summer, Marcia had read 500 pages of her summer reading assignment, and Jan had read 360. So Marcia, 5, and Jan, 460. Marcia reads 20 pages per week the remainder of the summer, and Jan reads 30 pages per week for the remainder of the summer. How many weeks? So what's your unknown? What should be your X? Weeks. And then they're using W in here, right? Before the girls have read the same number of pages, which means that Marcia needs to be equal to Jan. Okay, so let's start with what Marcia has already read. How much has Marcia has already read? 500, very good. And then she's reading 20 per week. So what would that be? If it's 20 per week. Can you guys see it? No, you can't, right? Plus what? Very good. Plus 20W, because it's 20 per week. That should be your multiplication. Per is multiplication. Now, what about Jan? How much has she already read? 460, but she reads 30 per week. Plus 30W. So which one has that answer? There you go. All right, so let's go to the next one. Members of the theater club tickets, the spring musical. Members of the theater club sold tickets, for the spring musical. On Friday, they made 125 in pre-sales and sold 120 tickets at the door. For the Saturday night, they earned $180 in pre-sales and sold 110 tickets at the door. If the theater club earned the same amount each night, what is the cost per ticket? All right, so what's your X? Ticket, cost per ticket. X equals cost per ticket. All right, so let's write down the equation. That means that Friday needs to be equal to Saturday. Okay, so what's Friday? 125. Very good, because that's the pre-sales. Plus what? Roman. Up. Plus 120. X. Very good. And that equals what? 180 plus 110 X. All right. So let's go ahead and highlight what you are going to move. Write what you already have or you haven't highlighted. Very good. And change everything that you're going to move to its opposite. So minus 180 minus 110X, and then the calculator takes over, right? So Alondra says that is 5.5. What does that mean? 5.5 pairs of shoes I got at home? Tickets? Look at what X is. What is X? So that would be, what do I need to put in front of that? No. I need to put the dollar sign because that is the cost per ticket. So it's $5.50. How much did the theater earn each night? What do I have to do now? Substitute it. Very good. So I always take the one that's highlighted, okay? So 180 plus 110X. And instead of the X, what am I going to write? 550. Very good. So 180 plus 110 times 550. and tell me how much money did they earn each night. What do we got? Do it on the calculator, babies. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Go, go, go. Time's still wasting. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Nobody? Okay, then say. Come on. 785. Very good. All right, put it on your exit ticket section. Leslie, you want to fill it out? I'll let you go after my class, right? But you missed my class a few times. So if you want to fill out the agenda, I can sign it for after my class. Are we good? All right, is there anything in there? We're going to do something in... Leslie? Oh, I need one of each, babies. I need one of each. Thank you, honey. Thank you. I have an extra one. All right, eyes on me. Take this paper out. Because I printed them out. I noticed that you guys were having a lot of trouble with it, so let's take this paper out of there. Brianna's going to go around and collect it. We're going to take it out of the notebook. Take it out of your journal. Take it out of your journal. Doesn't matter the order. Don't worry about the order. Just make sure you put it in the right section. That's what I'm looking for, that it's on the right section. Okay, baby? Yeah, you sure did. No? All right. Excuse me? You don't have what? Yeah, that's fine. We don't need it. That's why we took it out. Yeah, those were done some of the days that you were out. All right, a number is greater than 10. Let's go ahead and translate that. Do you know the number? So that would be x. Okay, can it be 10? It's got to be greater than 10. Thank you. So it cannot be 10. So it has to be 10 or higher. So this would be greater than 10, exactly like it is, okay? All right. All right. More than is your backward word, correct? All right. What goes after than? Your x, because you don't know the number. How much are you adding? 5. And it's got to be less than 3. Exactly that. Less than 3. And if you don't know your signs on your cheat sheet, you have your crocodiles, correct? All right, let's go to the next one. 6 times a number is greater than or equal to negative 1. So how do I translate 6 times a number? 6x. Very good. If it's greater than or equal to, exactly that, right? Greater than or equal to negative 1. Now, we're not solving when we do inequalities. We're just writing. So this should be really easy to do, because you guys have already written some really hard equations. All right, backward words. And it's at least negative 4. Can it be negative 4? Yes, it can. It's at least negative 4. Now, can it be smaller, or does it have to be bigger? If it's at least negative 4. So if you have to be at least 13 to watch the movie, can you be 12? No. So it has to be, go get another one. So what does it have to be? It has to be what? Greater than. Now, can it be negative 4? Yes, it can. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. Whatever goes after than, you write first. What goes after than? Twice a number. Do you know that number? But do you know that it's twice? So that would be what? 2x. And if less than means what? Daniel, did you take out the trash? The lady just passed. So you need to go ahead and take it to her. What does less than mean? Minus. And how many am I taking? Da, 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 da. Read it. Okay, read the problem. Thank you. 13. I'm taking 13. 13 less than. Okay, so if it's at least, it has to be what? Greater than or equal to? Arrow pointing up. What does it mean? Greater than or equal to negative 4. All right, number 5. Make sure your paper has a back, because Jamilet was just given one of the originals. That was my fault, because I put the originals over there and I didn't take them out. Then you need to go get. Make sure your paper has a back right now. Make sure your paper has a front and back. Yep. All right. 7 more than. Half of a number is at most 5. Backward word. I always like to circle my backward word and do my little arrow, because that goes first. All right. If it's at most 5, can it be 5? Yes. But can it be 6? No, it has to be what? Less than or equal to 5. So that's my less than or equal to 5. Now let's translate what goes in front of that. Let's pay attention. That's your backward word. That goes first. What's half of a number? How do you write half of a number? You can do 0.5. Yes, you can. 1/2. Very good. What else can you do? You already given me two ways to write it. Very good. You can do, I'm going to write it over here. Don't write them. You can do 0.5x. You can do 1/2 x. Or what else can you do? Say it, say it. I already heard it. If it's half of a number, what else can you do? When you half anything, what number are you dividing by? 2. Thank you. So it could be x divided by 2. That's the way that I'm going to write it, okay? So x divided by 2. If it's more than, what math operation would that be? And what are you adding to it? 7, because that's what's in front of that word then. Very good. A number is less than 1/4 the sum of 3 times the number and 4. All right. So you got to be careful. Is this an equation or is this an inequality? How do you know? Thank you. There's your equal sign, right? Where's, do you have your number? You don't know the number, but you know that it's x. And the word is right beside it, so I'm going to go ahead and put an equal sign. All right, that's my backward word. I know that I have a subtraction, right? 1/4. I didn't give myself enough space, darn it. All right, hold on. All right, let's do this again. How do you write 1/4? 1/4. Very good. It's the sum. So it's 1/4 a sum. And guess what? You got to have some parentheses. 3 times the number and 4. 3x plus 4. But then what am I subtracting? I don't see what I'm subtracting. But it says less than, right? So I'm supposed to be subtracting something, and all of these is after then, so that goes first. So is this really an inequality? An equation, or is this an inequality? This is an inequality. Very good. So it has to be less than. There you go. So I'm going to rewrite it again because it's a little messy. So you have to be careful and see, and that's the challenge. You got to make sure that you understand, is it an equation or is it an inequality? So this would be x less than 1/4 3x plus 4. So this is your answer. See, but as soon as you write it, then you go like, wait a minute, then what am I going to subtract? If you can't find what you're subtracting, then that's not an equation. It's an inequality. All right. It's right here, folks. All right, let's go to number 7. I don't know what they announced. What did they announce? Fill out your tracker and I'll let you go. Do you need to go somewhere, Herman? I didn't hear the announcement either. You want to go to Mr. Mora's office and ask? All right. 2 times the sum of a number and 4. Let's start with that. How do you write 2 times the sum of a number and 4? So it's twice a sum. So I got to have parentheses. What am I adding? So that will be what? Very good. Is more than. Is that addition or is that the actual sign? That's the actual sign. Very good. Very good. 3 times the sum. So we got 3 times a sum. of the number and that's your number. And 7 decreased by 4. What is 7 decreased by 4? And which would be what? What's 7 minus 4? 3. Thank you, Alondra. Because I think I'm only teaching you today because you're the only one talking to me. You and Herman. That's it. I'm not teaching anybody else today. Apparently. My babies are sleepy today. Okay. Look at the difference. That more than means addition because what do I have over here? At least 9. Can it be 9? Yes. Can it be 8? No, it has to be 9 or higher. So this would be greater than or equal to 9. Backward word. Quotient. What does quotient mean? Division. Of what are you dividing? A number and 3. Do you know the number? Nope. So the number divided by 3. More than means what? And how many am I going to add? 4. There you go. Look at your sign. That's your crocodile, right? Less than or equal to. All right, let's do what's first. Stop talking. The sum of a number and 14. How do I translate that? It's a sum, so let's chunk it. Do you know the number? That's your x, so what are you adding to that number? 14, there you go. What's 3 times the number? 3x, very good. Negative 3 times a number, increased by 7. Negative 3 times a number. What do I write now? X increased by 7 plus 7 is less than. Is that your sign or is that subtraction? That's your sign. Very good. So less than negative 11. Then you're done. Are we good? Yes? All right, let's go to the back real quick. Again, we're only translating, we're not solving, okay? All right, are we good? Beatriz is in charge of setting up a banquet hall. She has 5 tables that will seat 6 people. No more than 62 people will attend. And we got to write an inequality. Okay, so your number is 62. Will 62 people go to this banquet? Yes. Will more people go or less than 62? Less than. So it has to be less than or equal to 62. Now she's got table. How many people? How many? First of all, what's your x? We should have started with that. The number of tables. Very good. Yes. Bigger. Whatever is over here needs to be less than 62. Because the banquet can only fit 62 people, right? So 62 has to be the big part, not the small part. Now it can be equal to 62. All right? All right. So 5 tables that will sit 6 people each. So how many people can she sit down right now? She's got 5 tables. And then on that table, 6 people can sit down, right? So how many can she sit right now? 30. 30, right? She can sit 30. So how many more tables does she need? That's what it's asking you, right? So plus what? Do you know the number of tables that she needs to put in there? But do you know how many people can sit in that? How many? 6. So what would be 6x? Because there's 6 people per table? Yes? Alrighty, good job. Suppose it costs $5 to enter a carnival. Each ride is $125. You have $15 to spend. Write an inequality representing this situation. What is X? So the tickets to ride yeah, not the go inside, but to ride the rides. Does that make sense? To ride the rides? Yes? Okay, so the rides, right? How much money do you have? Can you spend 15? Yes, but can you spend more than 15? You don't have them to spend, so it has to be 15 or less. So less than or equal to 15. Jonathan? All right, how much money do you need to just go in? 5. And you also want to ride some rides, right? How much are each one of the rides? Okay, so what do I have to do with the $1.25 and my X? Put them together. Very good. So 1.25 what? X. And we're not solving. We're just writing. It's the beauty of, see, Algebra 1 needs to solve. You guys don't, which is awesome. Ready for the next one? All right. The cost to rent the car is $19.50 plus 25 cents per mile. If you have $44 to rent the car, write an inequality. What's my X? Miles. Very good. How much money do you have? 44. No, how much money do you have is 44. Can you spend 44? But can you spend more? No, so it has to be less than or equal to 44. All right, so how much does it cost you to rent this car? 1950 plus what? 25.25 X. Very good. Good job. Because miles is what? That's your X, right? Right here. Those are your X's. All right, last one. The student council, is sponsoring a concert as a fundraiser. Tickets are 3 for students, 5 for adults. The student council wants to raise more than 1,000. If 200 students attended, write an inequality. Okay, so what's my X? The students, you already know how many students go. Adult tickets. Thank you very much. X is adult tickets. Because you already know that how many students are going. 200. All right. How much money do they want to raise? Do they want to raise 1,000 or more than 1,000? More than 1,000. So that has to be greater than 1,000. No, not equal to, because they want more, right? They want more than. So it cannot be equal to. All right, so if 200 students go and those tickets are $3, how much money have they already raised between students? Okay, let me ask the question again. 200 students go. Each ticket for students is how much money? 3. So how much money have they already raised? 600. It's 200 students times $3 per ticket. That would be how much? 600. So they already have 600. So they need to figure out how many adult tickets do they need to sell? How much are the adult tickets? 5. Do you know how many adults win? There you go, 5x. Yay? All right, put that in. No, baby, can I have one? And